If you're watching this, you know you're in Andhra Zook. And today I am here with a very lovely, very traditionally classic recipe which is called a bhaturi. This word bhaturi literally translates into something which is cooked with rice. Classically, the parcel, which is some sort of protein wrapped in some edible leaf and secured in its place with some twines inside the rice while the rice cooks. Also, sometimes I've seen that the rice has cooked through, but the protein which is inside there hasn't really cooked enough. Today I'm trying to simplify this one pot meal, which is nutritionally a wonder considering it has got all the right ticks in its place. Prepping this dish is not that difficult. Of course, you need your fish. Today I am doing an Ilish Macher Paturi, which is going to be encased with lovely velvety bottle gourd leaves. I have taken Hilsa or Ilish. Now, even if I have taken such big pieces, it's gonna cook in 10 minutes. So it's very important that I remove any eggs from its cavity. I don't want to take any risk with the eggs there. So this is how I have kept it. It's marinated in the salt and turmeric for almost 12 hours already. Now I'm gonna make the masala mix and marinate the fishes in that mix. For the masala mix, I have taken some mustard powder here. I'm gonna mix in a teaspoon of cold pressed mustard oil, some salt. You can add a little more turmeric here if you wish to. I didn't. And some water. Mix it thoroughly. Now I'm gonna just roughly chop some green chili and add it into the mix. I'm gonna let the masala bloom for 5 to 10 minutes before I add it in the fish and smear it thoroughly over the fish. Set it aside to marinate for at least 30 minutes. Now let's prep our leaves. Prepping these leaves are really easy. Because they are grown in little containers, the leaves don't really become too hard or too big. It just cooks down really easily. These leaves are really tender, and if I find some leaves with a little bit of a vein, I pull it out like this. I'm gonna cook the buds of this plant with the rice. So that's why I'm just removing all the leaves, trimming it off the hard stem and keeping the tender bud over here to be cooked with the rice. Once you've prepped your leaves, it's time to prep our rice. I'm using short grained rice today. The aromatic little grains of Gobindabhog rice makes this dish out of the world amazing. If you don't have this, you can easily substitute it with any other kind of aromatic rice. But of course, if you can find it, then please do try it with this rice, with this particular rice. All I did was wash the rice a couple of times till the water runs clear. I don't want extra starch in my rice at this point. And I haven't really soaked the rice as much, but you can see there's a little bit of water that I could not drain out. I'm gonna just let it be. Let the rice just hydrate. That way my rice cooks faster and the grains would not break easily. Now the fun begins. Let's assemble our paturi. For this, I'm gonna take my clean hands and smear the masala once again on the fish. so that it just doesn't get collected in the bottom of the pan and I don't get enough masala everywhere on the fish. Remember, we are using very little of flavoring agents because our raw material in itself has such beautiful flavors. The fish is fresh and has its own flavorful oil, and that's what we need to eat our rice with. Now, with that same hand, no need to wash or wipe off the masala. You anyways need a little bit of masala on the leaves as well. So with that same hand, I'm gonna start assembling the leaves. Now put a piece of fish on top of the leaves and then cover it again with another layer of leaves. Secure it tightly with the help of kitchen twines. There you have it, a neat package. This is how I'm gonna do it again the second time. Let's just quickly see it as well. Arrange the fish parcels on the steamer rack and drizzle on some cold pressed mustard oil for extra flavor. Finally, it's time to get cooking. And trust me, now the dish is going to be plated very soon. We start with some water which needs to come up to a boil. I'm gonna flavor it with some salt and some cold pressed mustard oil flavor. Give it a good mix. And then, if you see, look at my rice. It has kind of doubled in its size just because of that little bit of hydration that I give. Now carefully lower it all in this hot water. Mix it a couple of times so that oil coats each kernel of rice very well, and drop in those plant buds or any leaf if you are left with. Give it a good mix. And on the steamer basket, arrange the fish parcels and cover and cook it at least for 10 minutes. After 10 minutes of cooking like this, remove the cover and add about 1/4 to half a cup of hot boiling water from a kettle onto the fish pieces. Quickly check your rice as well. Give it a mix and see if your rice needs a little more water. See, every grain absorbs water in a different way. So do make sure that you add enough water for the rice to absorb and cook through. Add some green chilies at this stage and give it a good mix. Give it a cover quickly and let it cook for another 10 minutes. For a fish of that size, 20 minutes of steaming is good enough. Once your time is up, check your rice first. My rice was beautifully fluffy, as you can see here, and amazingly flavorful. The smell was divine. My fish was also cooked through. I knew because I keep cooking this dish quite a lot. But another telltale sign is to find the leaves to be a little discolored. When you know that's happened even to the inside leaves, you know that it's cooked through. However, just as an additional oomph factor, I just take my steamer basket and put it directly on flame for about 2 to 3 minutes, not more than that, because of course otherwise you will end up with discolored steamer basket. All you need is for that beautiful charry smoky flavor to the leaves which are underneath. Once there, it's time to plate up. See how beautifully fluffy my rice is? If you follow all my tips and tricks that I have mentioned today, I'm sure your rice will also look this beautiful. And check out the flaky, super soft and flavorful Ilish on top. This is a dish which is my favorite. It's as dressy as can be, but I love the ease of making it, and hence it's one pot wonder in my kitchen. I hope you liked spending time with me today. If you liked what you saw today, please do hit the subscribe button for more such amazing content. And do share it with your friends. Cheers!